Welcome to the ISE Content Studio here at ISE 2023 in Barcelona. Our topic today, digital out of home. And we have a special guest, Daniel Harkin, Head of Product from Catch-App from Dubai. Welcome, Daniel.
Thank you, nice to be here.
So, Catch-App, what's it all about? What are you guys doing?
So we're basically connecting out-of-home media to mobile, essentially, and we're trying to solve many of the different issues that exist, both like commercially and from a usability point of view in the out-of-home advertising industry, essentially, yeah. So.
You didn't mention one very important thing. You're really enabling static advertisement, not only digital, but also static posters, right? Then that's very unique to your offering.
Yeah, so essentially how the technology works is we produce a range of devices and they are installed immediately adjacent to an out-of-home advertising screen. And essentially it creates this like digital sphere around the screen. So when you're in range of one of these screens with a mobile device, the device can count how many people are nearby, which is obviously quite common in the media industry, like a device counter. We do it differently, but what's unique about our product is it opens up this channel of communication between the audience and the brand via the media asset itself. So we do that on both digital and static, as you mentioned.
And do I need to download an app for that, or can I just interact with the screen via a browser or so?
Yeah, so it's all powered via the Catch app. And what we're essentially trying to do with the Catch app is to create a universal channel of engagement between brands and audiences. So I think one thing we really identified is that in general, the general public don't really get the idea of these different media assets are all owned and operated by different entities. So really what we're trying to do is stitch that brand journey together through like one common platform for the brand, for the audiences.
And as a user, do I have an incentive to download that app?
Yeah, so...
How do you get me?
Yeah, so in its most primitive form, I guess what you can see that we're doing from an incentive point of view is removing friction. So let's say, for example, you're on the metro to work in the morning and you see an ad for Domino's, for example. Maybe it's 2 for 1 on a pizza or something like that, right? That's like not contextually relevant probably at 8 a.m. in the morning when you're on the way to work. But we see ads like this all the way throughout our day. So really, in its most primitive form, what the Catch app lets you do is kind of catch all of these different like brand moments throughout the day into your digital wallet. And what the platform itself does is present it back to you when it is contextually relevant. So when you get home from work that evening, the app can say, oh, hey, don't forget to redeem that Domino's thing that you caught this morning.
But you shouldn't eat pizza after workshop, huh?
yeah, exactly. So that's in its most primitive form. But what we do is we've got lots of different kind of like template campaign engagement models that brands adopt. So we do things like branded treasure hunts, you know, like what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry.
You collect points, or what do you do when you do the treasure hunt?
Yeah, okay, so we have 3 different engagement models. We have instant, collect, and chance. So instant win is kind of like I just described, like you see the Domino's offer, you catch it, and it's in your wallet. So the way collect win works is you need to spot the brand's ad 3 times. So this is really good for message retention, brand awareness, brand building from the brand's point of view. So you need to kind of spot 3 different Domino's moments throughout the length of the campaign to get whatever this like higher tier of reward is. And then the third engagement method kind of takes that a step further, and it kind of works like a prize draw. It's called chance to win. So let's say it's an ad for an airline, for example, a campaign for an airline, for example. The more that you catch that airline's content throughout the course of the campaign, the more chances you have to win like a big ticket item at the end of the campaign. So brands kind of love all of these different methods that we give them to like really quickly put a campaign together that's adding this engagement level to out home.
Then let's talk about real life. I mean, you're from the UAE, so do you have already, installed base? Do you have already some campaigns, some stories you can tell us?
Yeah, so we're actually based in the UK.
Oh, okay.
But we have an office in Dubai as well. And we set up in Dubai and launched our first pilot network a couple of years ago we started off with just 120 screens in one neighborhood in Dubai, and now we've sold around 5,000 of our devices. We're currently live in about 1,200 of those, and the balance is being activated kind of neighborhood by neighborhood. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment in the Middle East. But yeah, we have our site. The reason we're here at ISE is kind of speak to partners in other parts of the world and kind of get this technology installed on, as many.
And how's been the feedback from the consumers? Do they like it? How's the interaction? Is that you like that? Is that what the brands love?
Yeah, I think what's really interesting from I think for this whole concept to work, there's lots of different ways that you could add this interactivity layer to like a physical world object. There's QR codes, NFC, iBeacon, all these different things that have kind of like ebbed and flowed over the years of like mobiles being in the hands of consumers. I think what we've really focused on with Catch is getting the user value proposition right. And I think the way that we've done that, the fact that we have audiences going out there and kind of voluntarily engaging with ads is kind of crazy to me. It's something that we wanted the platform to be able to do, but it's just amazing to see people actually do that. So actually, if you look at our engagement rates, they actually already exceed social media engagement rates. So if you look at the ratio between out-of-home impressions and people that go out there and engage with these ads through their phone, that ratio exceeds most common social media engagement rates, which is crazy to me. So I think if you look at the data, users like it and the stories that they tell us.
And data never lies.
Yeah, data never lies.
Thank you. Daniel Harkin, Head of Product of Catch Ad. Thank you for being our guest today. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you.